Hello students, here we are going to start with algebra of matrices. Today's concepts are transpose of a matrix, what is a symmetric and a skew symmetric matrix. What is a transpose of a matrix? The transpose of a matrix is obtained by interchanging the rows and columns of the given matrix. Let us see an example here. Suppose A is a matrix. Just think about the order of A. You see that A contains 3 rows and 2 columns. Thus, the order of A is 3 by 2. Now, to find out the transpose of A. Now, the transpose of A is written by A with a superscript T, that is AT. Now, AT, by interchanging the rows and columns of A, AT turns out to be so. As you can see over here, the rows of A have been converted into the columns of AT. Remember this. We interchange the rows and columns of the given matrix to find its transpose. Or in other words, you can also say that the columns of A have been converted into the rows of AT. Thus we get the transpose of the matrix. Now what about the order of AT? The order of AT is reversed. It becomes 2 by 3. A had the order 3 by 2. So AT has the order 2 by 3. Now for example, B is another matrix given to you. Order of B is 2 by 2. Now find out what is BT, that is a transpose of B. Is it this? If you have got this, you are absolutely right. By interchanging the rows and columns of B, we get BT as observed. In this case, B and BT have the same order, that is 2 by 2, because B is a square matrix. Thus, you obtain the transpose of a matrix by interchanging the rows and columns. And remember that in the transpose, the order of the matrix gets interchanged. What is the symmetric matrix? For example, suppose A is a matrix containing the elements A, HG, HBF and GFC. Find the transpose of A. The transpose of A turns out to be this matrix. Now here you observe that the order of A and AT are the same, that is 3 by 3. Both are square matrices. And how do you get the transpose? Correct. You get the transpose by converting the rows of A into the columns of AT. Now when you compare A and AT, you observe that the elements of A and AT are the same and they are also present at the corresponding positions, at the same positions. And thus we can say that A and AT both are equal. So remember the property of equal matrices. Two matrices are equal if they have the same order and the elements are present at the corresponding positions are also the same. Thus, both are equal matrices, and such a matrix whose transpose is equal to it is known as a symmetric matrix. Thus, we can say that A is a symmetric matrix. Now take this example. A is another given matrix containing these elements. Find out the transpose of A, that is AT. You find that the transpose comes out to be so by converting the rows into columns. What do you see over here? You see that the order of A and AT are the same, but the corresponding positions of the elements are not the same, as you can observe over here. Thus, A and AT are not equal. Thus, A is not a symmetric matrix. Now remember one very important point. Symmetry is defined only for square matrices, those matrices whose rows and columns are equal. It is not defined for other rectangular matrices whose number of rows may not be equal to the number of columns here. Now, one more method by which you can just by observation state whether the matrix is symmetric or not. Instead of finding the transpose, you can just by observation see whether the matrix is symmetric or not. For example, B is this matrix. Now, find the element A12 in B, the element position present in the first row, second column. Now, A12 is 4. Find A21, the element present in the second row, first column. Again, that is 4, as you can observe over here. Both the elements are same. Similarly, find the element A13 and A31. Both of them are 7, that is same. And A23 and A32. Both the elements are the same, that is 6. So thus leaving the diagonal, all the other elements present in the corresponding positions, that is here we can generally say that Aij is equal to Aji. So just by observation, you can see that the elements present in the corresponding positions are same. Thus B is a symmetric matrix. So here we did not find the transpose of B, but just by observation also we can say whether the matrix is symmetric or not. This is an example given to you. For the matrix C, find whether C is symmetric or not just by observation. By now you must have already known in your mind. Let us see what is a skew symmetric matrix. For example, A is a given matrix. Find the transpose of A, that is AT. AT comes out to be so. By interchanging the rows and columns, we find the transpose of A. Also, find out the negative of A. Now, the negative of a matrix is obtained by changing the signs of each and every element. For example, observe A. In the first row, the elements are 0, 4 and minus 7. So, in minus A, you would get 0, minus 4 and 7. Similarly, the second and the third row, the signs of the elements are changed. Thus, we get minus A. Now, compare AT and minus A. You find that the orders of AT and minus A are the same, and also the positions of the corresponding elements are same. That means AT and minus A, both of them are equal matrices. And thus, we say that AT is equal to minus A. Thus, in this case, A is a skew symmetric matrix. Now, one more important thing to remember is that in a skew symmetric matrix, the diagonal elements are always 0. So, thus, two conditions are obeyed by a skew symmetric matrix. First of all, the transpose of the matrix is equal to the negative of the matrix, and secondly, the diagonal elements are always same, equal, that is 0. Now, let us see if we can find out whether a matrix is skew symmetric just by observation, instead of finding the transpose and negative. Now, B is a given matrix. The elements of B are like so. You first of all see that the diagonal elements are 0. Secondly, find out what is A12 in B. A12 is 3. Similarly, A21 is minus 3. Thus, you see that 3 and minus 3 are the opposites of each other. So, we can say A12 is equal to minus A21. Similarly, find out what is A13 and A31. A13 is 8, A31 is minus 8. Thus, A13 is equal to minus A31. And same way, A23 is minus 2 and A32 is 2. Thus, A23 is equal to minus A32. Both are opposites of each other. So, if this condition is obeyed, plus the condition that the diagonal elements are 0, then just by observation we can say that B is a skew symmetric matrix. Now, just observe the matrix C which is given over here. Is C a skew symmetric matrix? Of course, one condition is obeyed, isn't it? The element A12 is 3 and the element A21 is minus 3. Both of them are opposites of each other. But are the diagonal elements 0? No. If that condition is not obeyed, then C is not a skew symmetric matrix. On the other hand, just observe D. In D, you can see that both the conditions are obeyed. That is, Aij is equal to A minus Aji. And also the diagonal elements are 0. That means D is a skew symmetric matrix. I hope you have understood the concepts, that is transpose, symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. Now, in exercise 2.2, we are going to deal with those sums which have these concepts. Thus, we are first going to do the fifth sum of the exercise. The question given is, if A is equal to the given matrix, find the transpose of AT. AT you have to find out. Let us see how it is done. Now A is a given matrix. The order of A is 2 by 3 because there are 2 rows and 3 columns in A. What is AT? AT, by interchanging the rows and columns, you get a matrix which has 3 rows now and 2 columns. Remember how to find the transpose of A. Now find the transpose of this transpose. So take this matrix and find its transpose, that is ATT. You again interchange the rows and columns. You make the rows as columns. You find that you get a matrix which is exactly equal to A. So A and ATT are equal. That means we can see that the transpose of the matrix is the same matrix itself. The next sum, you can do it as an assignment in the same way as the fifth sum was done. The next question, find ABC if the given matrix is a symmetric matrix. Now here a 3 by 3 matrix is given in which 3 elements are unknown. You have to find the 3 elements by observation. Remember that in a symmetric matrix, Aij is equal to Aji. So A is symmetrical. Thus we have the small a, that is the unknown A, which is present in the first row third column, to be equal to the element present in the third row first column, that is A31, which is minus 4. So A is minus 4. Similarly, B, which is the element present in the second row first column, B is A21, is the same as the element present in the first row second column, that is B is 3 by 5. Similarly, C is minus 7. Thus we have the answer given here. The next sum, find XYZ if the given matrix is a skew symmetric matrix. Now remember, what is the condition for a skew symmetric matrix? The corresponding elements are equal but opposite in sign. So X is the element in the first row third column. X is equal but opposite in sign to the element present in the third row first column, that is 3 by 2. So X becomes minus 3 by 2. On the same way, Y becomes 5i and Z becomes root 2. So this you can do as an assignment in your notebook. I hope you are understanding the concept so far. One more assignment for you. This sum is given in the miscellaneous exercise 2 on page number 84 of your textbook. Question number 4, the second sum. It's a simple sum. You can do it as an assignment in your notebook. In the next question, for the following matrices, find its transpose and state whether it is symmetric, skew symmetric or neither. So first we have to find the transpose of the matrix and then observe it. So in the first case, A is the given matrix. Its transpose is obtained by interchanging the rows and columns. When we observe the transpose, we find that it is exactly equal to A. So here AT is equal to A. So from the definition which we have learned, we can see that A is a symmetric matrix. In the next sum, A is given as a given matrix. AT, yes, we find it out by interchanging the rows and columns. We get this matrix by interchanging the rows and columns. Compare A and AT. Now A is not equal to AT. Why? Because the orders are same, but the corresponding position of the elements are not at all the same. Thus, A is not a symmetric matrix here. Now, is AT equal to minus A? Now, minus A is obtained by changing the sign of all the elements of A. When we change the signs of all the elements of A, we still don't get AT. So, we can write AT is not equal to minus A. That means A is not a skew symmetric matrix either. That means we can write that A is neither a symmetric matrix nor a skew symmetric matrix. The next sum, you can do it as an assignment in your notebook. Observe here that the diagonal elements are 0 and the other elements, that is Aij is equal to Aji, is the condition which is being observed over here. And thus, you can see that the given matrix is a skew symmetric matrix. In fact, all the sums which are given in exercise 2.2, you are supposed to write in your notebook, as it is a very important exercise for you. Now 10th question, construct the matrix A is equal to Aij 3 by 3. That means A is a matrix containing 3 rows and 3 columns. The condition given here, Aij is equal to I minus j. After constructing the matrix, you have to also write whether A is symmetric or skew symmetric. That we will be doing by observation. So first of all, using the given condition, that is Aij is equal to I minus j, we get the given matrix as so, where what have we done over here? We have found out A11, the first row, first column element, by doing 1 minus 1, that is I minus j. Thus, A11 becomes 0, A12 becomes 1 minus 2, that is minus 1, as you can see written over here in A, and A13 is equal to 1 minus 3, which is minus 2, etc. Thus, the given matrix is found out. Now, by observation, we find that the diagonal elements are 0 and the corresponding elements obey the rule Aij is equal to minus Aji. Thus, the given matrix is a skew symmetric matrix. Now the next question, that is the 14th question. Here, two matrices are given which are equal. In the first matrix, which is given on the LHS, 4 values are unknown, that is A, B, C and D. We are supposed to find them. Now here we are going to use the property of equality of matrices. That is, if two matrices are equal, then their orders are the same and the corresponding elements occupy the same positions and they are equal. Thus, using the property of equality of matrices, we get the corresponding elements as same, that is 2a plus b is equal to 2. Similarly, 3a minus b is equal to 3, c plus 2d is equal to 4 and 2c minus d is equal to minus 1. Now these are 4 equations, 1, 2, 3 and 4. We can solve them in the same way like we have solved simultaneous equations. So thus, adding 1 and 2, b gets eliminated, we get 5a as 5 or a as 1. Substituting a as 1 in any equation, say in equation 1, we get 2 plus b as 2 or b as 0. Then multiplying equation 4 by 2, we get 4c minus 2d is equal to minus 2. Comparing 3 and 5, we find that if we add 3 and 5, d will get eliminated. Thus we add 3 and 5, we get c ultimately as 2 by 5. Substituting c as 2 by 5 in equation 3, we get the value for d, like so. Thus d becomes 9 by 5. So in this way we get the values for a, b, c and d. Now in the next lecture, we will deal with further concepts in the algebra of matrices, namely addition and multiplication concepts. Till then, keep practicing, students. Bye.